Hey everybody, Miss Sam is here again. Today is going to be a special art project day. This Sunday is Mother's Day. So this is a day where everybody, not just kids, everybody has to honor their mom. Now, there's a lot of things that we can do to honor our mom. We can call her, we can kiss her, we can hug her, we can say I love you, and we can thank her for being an amazing, amazing mom. Mom, if you see this, I love you and I'm thankful for you. Without mom, we wouldn't be here. Moms love us and take care of us and buy us things and takes us places. And when we're sad, our mommies make us happy. And when we're angry, our mommies help fix the problem. So we're going to honor our mom. If we were in school, we would be making a project for mom. Maybe a card, maybe a gift, maybe a picture with a picture frame. So Miss Sam is going to show you guys how you and mommy can work together, or you and daddy can work together and make a gift for mom. Okay, just some basic things that we're going to need is construction paper. I have to choose my color, but I'm going to say I'll probably get 2 sheets of construction paper in any color you want, or your kid's favorite color. Some glue, maybe some markers, or crayons or colored pencils, and a scissor. And the first thing we're going to do is I got computer paper. And I made my big one and my little one. I painted their hands with green paint. Then I stamped their hands on the papers. I did one right and one left. And I'll show you why. I'm going to make something like a booklet. So I did my big ones right, my little ones left. That's the first step. Then you have to let that dry. So I did that last night. So here I am cutting out my son's hand. I am going to get as close as I can without making any mistakes, like chopping off a piece of finger or something like that, but I do want to get very close so I can see as little bit of white as possible. And I do have a duplicate hand just in case I make any mistakes, so I have an extra hand. I suggest you guys do the same. And yes, I did fast forward. I am not using the scissor this fast. So our end result of cutting are 2 green hands. The reason why we're using green is because these hands are going to represent a plant. And our next step is pasting it on paper and creating flowers on the fingers. Now what I'm doing is using yellow paper to cut out a little shape that will make a sun. So I will have sun, grass, and the hands will be the plants and flowers. So now I am going to fit the yellow paper on the blue, and I'm going to trim it as best as I need to in order to make the sun look real-ish. Then I'm gluing it on, and I did cut these little rectangle pieces for the sun's rays. This is a great time to discuss shapes with your child as you guys are cutting and gluing them on. Now I'm going to make grass. So what I'm going to do is measure up how tall I want the grass to be. And then I'm going to use a pencil and mark a line on the green paper. So I'm going to cut pretty much until that line, a little bit less because I had to put some glue on it. And then I'm just going to go make some straight lines in the green paper. When I'm done with the straight lines, I'm going to cut across that pencil line and then glue and stick it on, so that will look like a 3D grass rather than painting it or coloring it. I like things to pop out a little bit more, so I'm using this type of grass. So as you see, I'm lining it up to make sure that it's even. I glued it on. Now I am pulling up the papers one by one to kind of make it look a little bit messy, like messy grass or wild grass. Just be careful you don't pull it off the paper. And now we are adding on the hand. I'm measuring first, of course. Then I'm going to turn it over and glue the hand on. I used way too much glue. You probably don't have to use this much. You'll see that I end up wiping it off once I press the hand down. But there we go. Here's the foundation of our plant. So we are 3/4 of the way done. So this is what we have when we finish our hands, our grass, and our sun. So this is for my 2 kids. You can do as many as you want for your kids. You can do a whole garden if you want to include, if you have more than 2 kids. You can do it in a book form where you just turn the pages. So here comes the next part. We're going to make flowers on the tips of the fingers. So what I'm going to do is draw or paint a little yellow circle on top to be the center of the plant. Then I have my son here. He's going to, for his hand only, my little one will do his hand. He's going to dip his fingertips in the paint and he's going to complete the rest of the flower. Okay, so here we have the hand that I just made. I know you can't see it well, maybe because it's blue paper, but I made 2 yellow dots here, 2 purple dots here, and a red one here. And now my son is going to use his own fingerprints and create the petals. Okay, so pick your first color. And just make like 4 or 5 petals around the yellow. Good. If you want to dip again and do those 2 to make them darker. Okay, do you want to do red petals on a purple one too? Before we clean your hand? Good. Use a tissue, clean your hand. Use that tissue. And then you can pick the next color if you want to do purple on top of the yellow or the peach. We haven't used that yet. You could do peach on top of the yellow. That's a nice color. We should use that one for here too. Good. Clean your hands with the tissue. So here we have the end result of my Mother's Day art project. We did the grass. I made a sun. I have his hand as the bottom of the plant. Whoa, it's dripping. And then the fingerprints. I'll have to switch the camera around. The fingerprints for the petals. Wipe my hand off. So this is just one of many simple things that you can do. I chose to cut the papers to make the grass out of the construction paper instead of painting or coloring it, just so it looks more, it's different. It's different than just painting. And it's kind of more 3D-ish. And a plus is that I'm showing this to the students, but the students should really be the ones doing all of this work. When they are cutting and doing that constant motion, we're helping their motor skills, their fine motor skills at that. When they are trying to make the shape of the sun, I don't want to lift it up too much, so but when we're making this shape of the sun here, they're learning about shapes. They're learning how to cut in a curve rather than straight lines. And of course, the painting of the hand is just fun. And using their little fingerprints to make stuff is beautiful. If we keep this artwork for years to come, we're going to have their little baby fingerprints. And what I suggest is that when you are painting their hand, push their hand all the way down in every way. This way and knuckles. I'm going to show you an example of what I did when I was testing out for this project. This is my hand. And I didn't push the center of my hand down, and now we see a big empty spot, and you can't even see any of the lines on my hand. But when I did it with my older son, I made sure to press down. So I got his knuckles the best I could. But these lines here are most important to me, because I'm the type of person who keeps these things for a really long time. And I want to make sure I see these lines at this age. And I put his name, and we wrote Happy Mother's Day 2020. I know your little ones can't write, but then we can write it in for them or hold their hand as they write to make it, a little bit more memorable. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little Mother's Day project. Remember, boys and girls, cherish your mom, respect your mom, be sweet, be nice, help your mom. If you have little brothers or sisters, help mom with your brothers and sisters. Be the best person that you can be, inside and outside. Be the best son or daughter that you can be. And this Sunday, when you wake up and you open your eyes for the first time in the day, run to your mommy and say, Happy Mother's Day, Mom, I love you. Okay, if you guys do anything special for Mother's Day, send me some pictures or videos. When you're finished with your art project, if you do decide to do it, go ahead and upload that to Class Dojo, and I can give you guys credit for the assignment. Mwah! Have an amazing Mother's Day and an amazing weekend. See you guys Monday.